The Vietnam War ended in 1975. Life for my family living in Vietnam was still tough after the war had ended. My parents, Kit Nguyen and Mai Van Nguyen, decided to flee from Vinh Long in the south of Vietnam in 1979. This is a story about their amazing journey to start a new life and migrate to Australia. Fleeing the country was an illegal act under the communist government, and in my parents' first attempt to escape Vietnam, they were caught by the Vietnamese authorities, and my dad was put in Rach Gia prison for 5 months. 2 years later, in 1981, my parents tried to escape again. In their second attempt, my dad was caught another time and put in jail for another 5 months, and in their third attempt, in 1982, both my mum and dad were sent to Vietnam prison. Here is my dad explaining his experience.
In the jail, they give me corn and a little bit salt to eat every day. And twice a week, they give me rice, 1 bowl of rice, and a little fish for every 2 weeks. For the toilets, they let me out for the toilets every morning. During the day, if I need to go toilet, I have to use the bucket.
And how many people in the cell?
About 30 or 32 people in the cell.
My parents dreamed of a better life for their families and did not want to start their own family in Vietnam under the turbulent conditions at the time. Before their fourth attempt to escape in 1983, my dad was very scared and apprehensive to try one more time, fearing that he would be back in that prison cell under those horrible and unbearable conditions. My mother was adamant for them to try one more time, knowing that if they were to succeed, everything would change and they could make a massive difference to not only their lives, but also they could help the family that they would be leaving behind as well. My father then thought that it was worth trying again. My parents successfully reached their destination of Pulau Bintang Island in Malaysia in 1983. My amazing dad was responsible for navigating and sailing a boat full of 40 people from Vietnam to Malaysia. All he used was a compass and a map. It took them 7 days to reach the Pulau Bintang Island, where they stayed at a refugee camp, which sheltered thousands of many other Vietnamese refugees. It was here where they were taught a bit of English and did cleaning jobs around the island. In 1983, after staying at the refugee camp for 6 months, my parents successfully passed the interview with an Australian migration officer and were finally accepted into Australia. My parents became Australian citizens on the 29th of January in 1987, and on Valentine's that year, they had their first child, my older brother, Kenny. They worked very hard to achieve great success in both education and work, and then in 1991, on October 6, I was born. My parents represent determination, bravery, and an inspiration to both my brother and I. We are grateful to Australia and are proud to be Australian. We are so blessed for what we have today and where we are today. I wouldn't have the quality of life I do now if it wasn't for the risks my parents took. I have always said that my parents are my heroes.